How to make clean water a daily possibility. Since the beginning of civilization in this country, people across the United States have been trying to find out how to make clean water. The community water supplies are increasingly unreliable, and the possibility of contamination due to disaster leaves a dangerous uncertainty. Water is one of the most basic of survival needs. A human can last longer without food than it can without water. Dehydration is the leading factor of death during times of crisis, above starvation, disease, and all other causes. Knowing how to filter water is of the utmost importance, and very few people know even the basics. They'll learn them by reading the information found in 170 Gallons, How to Purify Any Water, Even Urine, to Store, Drink, or Cook With After a Disaster. Absolute Right's comprehensive special report. The 36-page ebook is available to help novice water filtration students learn the skills to cleaning water that's safe to drink, cook with, and bathe in. Plus, safely storing water is need-to-know process, and the report shares information on that as well. Disaster survival is vital, but there's enough evidence currently available to change what people think about the water that comes out of their tap every day. It may not be there forever, as having the means to keep and use fresh water becomes even more important. The Natural Resources Defense Council recent Thirsty for Answers report says that Americans should be prepared for significant water-related vulnerabilities based on current carbon emission trends because of climate change. Anything from water shortages to storms and floods to melting ice caps threaten the clean water supply, and the NRDC reviewed over 75 scientific studies to theoretically prepare people in 12 major American cities for what they might face. Take New Orleans as an example of their findings. The metropolitan area sits on land that could eventually be surrounded by open waters of the Gulf of Mexico on almost every side. The rising sea level could impact the city so much that wetlands would be submerged in Gulf waters, creating something resembling an island. If rising levels aren't curbed, New Orleans Island could be a real consideration by 2100. The NRDC's report suggests that all United States cities need to fully assess their own water-related vulnerabilities to climate change. Future water availability is a vitally important municipal concern, and communities should have programs implemented to augment water supplies beyond current capabilities. Unfortunately, that's not always the case. Water Facts, another resource from the NRDC, that 1,100 U.S. counties, roughly one-third of all counties in the lower 48 states, will face higher risks of water shortages by the year 2050 because of global warming. Over 400 will experience risks considered extremely high, said the fact sheet. For more information on water issues, consult the NRDC at www.nrdc.org/water. Water conservation and efficiency depends on analyzed data and comprehensive game plans, things that take time, effort, and bureaucratic action, none of which are in high supply either. Even if water is making it to your faucet, there's still no guarantee that it is completely void of any contaminants or bacteria that could leave you or your loved ones sick, susceptible to disease, or in the worst of cases, dead. That's why the 170 Gallons a Day report is so special. It shares the data and presents the strategies easily implemented so you and your loved ones can be drinking safe, clean water for years to come. You no longer have to wait on a governmental body to ensure your safe drinking water supply is available. By learning the ins and outs of how to make clean water when sources are few and far between, you'll gain a life-saving skill that will benefit you more than you can imagine. To find out how to make clean water and use tested procedures that will help store and preserve it, get a copy of 170 Gallons a Day, How to Purify Any Water, Even Urine, to Store, Drink, or Cook With After a Disaster, from Absolute Rights now at www.170gallonsaday.com.